Hello friends and my dear students. As in the last few sessions we are discussing about metal joining processes, which is also called as welding processes, in which we have started with the basics or the definition of welding or metal joining process, followed by the classification of welding processes. Then we have studied various methods of building processes like metal arc welding, electric arc welding, oxyflame building, and many more. What are the advantages, what are the applications, what is arc blow in the building? Many topics we have covered. So in the same series today we will discuss what is TIG and MIG building process. Okay, so as you can see here, this TIG is known as tungsten inert gas building. In this building process, arc is established between a non-consumable tungsten electrode and workpiece. This is very prominent question in many competitive exams, that which kind of electrode being used in TIG building and MIG building. So keep this thing in your mind that in TIG building, tungsten is this non-consumable tungsten electrode will be used, means non-consumable electrode will be used with the workpiece. Okay, and the tungsten is alloyed with thorium and zirconium for better current carrying and electron emission characteristics. Means you have to alloy or you have to mix tungsten with thorium or zirconium for better current carrying capacity and electron emission characteristics, obviously to increase the efficiency or efficacy of the process. So in this way you have to alloy tungsten with these sub materials like thorium or zirconium. Arc length is constant, arc is stable and easy to maintain with or without filler. Okay, these are the things which you have to consider or taken care in your mind. Very clean welds are required. Okay, all metals and alloys can be welded. Aluminium, magnesium also can be welded with the help of this TIG welding process. Okay, straight polarity being used. This is also a competitive exam question, that which kind of polarity being used during welding with the help of TIG welding process. So you have to use straight polarity. Volt, weld voltage 20 to 40 watt and weld current is 125 ampere for RPDC. RPDC is a reverse polarity direct current. 200 ampere, 1000 ampere to SPDC, which is called as straight polarity DC current. Okay, means if you are doing straight polarity DC current, then you have to maintain the temperature as 1000 ampere and weld current. And if you are doing RPDC, which is reverse polarity direct current TIG welding, then you have to maintain weld current as 125 ampere. Shielded gas or shielding gas is argon. Argon should be used as a shielded gas. Torch is water or oil cooled. This kind of cooling mechanism should be involved in this TIG process. Let's see what is the mechanism there in the picture. So as you can see, this is your whole building torch. This is the workpiece which you are going to join, and this is your build pool. Okay, and this is the filler rod which you have to use. This is the AC or DC power to flow the current. This is the water inlet, and this is the shielded gas. For the shielded gas, just for the production of this weld zone, and water is the for the cooling of weld touch or the surrounding. This water cooled jacket is there, and this is tungsten electrode which is non-consumable in nature, which is, and this filler rod is going to be consumed here. Okay, so this is the whole about this tungsten inert gas building process. Now let's discuss what is MIG, which is also called as gas metal arc building, GMEW or MIG, metal inert gas building. Okay, in this, a consumable electrode is a gas shield, means consumable electrode will be used which will act as a gas shield. Arc is between workpiece and automatically fed wear wire electrodes. Okay, means the arc will be fed between the wear wire electrode and workpiece. Argon, helium and mixture of two can be used. as a subordinate gases, or you can say inert gases, because these are inert gases and these mixtures can also be used. Any metal can be welded, but use primarily with non-ferrous metal, means you have to use primarily with a non-ferrous metal, means this is more effective with non-ferrous metal compared to the ferrous metal. When welding steel, some O2 or CO2 is usually added to improve the arc stability or to reduce the weld spatter. Means if you're trying to do the welding with the help of MIG process and you are using steel as a metal, then some oxygen or carbon dioxide should be added so that arc stability should be there. And it will also reduce some weld spatter, which is a welding defect. Spatter will not come over the welding zone after your welding. Now this is fast and economical. A reverse polarity DC arc is generally used, means there in the TIG you have to use non-consumable electrodes and straight polarity, which is preferred there, and here reverse polarity DC is arc is preferred. Okay, so these are the two differences between TIG and MIG, okay, which you can encounter whenever you are attempting a question related to TIG and MIG. So this is the flow chart, or you can say this is the way which you are going to build the part using MIG welding. These are the wire feed rows. This is electricity consumable wire electrodes. In this way, these rollers are feeding the electrode into the torch. Okay, this is building head. This is the gas sealed gas sealed, and this is the workpiece. Here you are going to create the weld pool or weld zone. Okay, so in this way, I have covered all the differences, similarities between TIG welding and MIG welding, which is also a part of metal joining processes. So I'm stopping here. I will come with some other topics related to the metal joining process in upcoming sessions. Till that time, do subscribe the YouTube channel of Engineering College Banswara and hit the bell icon for the more updates about different branches of engineering like computer science, mechanical, electrical, civil. Thank you so much and stay tuned with Engineering College Banswara YouTube channel.